Hey everyone, Optimus Wilbur here, and this video is not suitable for children under the age of 13. This is aimed at young collectors and adult collectors. Let's start the video. Welcome everyone back to another Optimus Wilbur reviews, and if you want to make Baby Grimlock happy, you know what to do, and it will help out his channel so much. Gone through my analytics, 88% of the people watching my video are not subscribed. Help me out, let's try and hit the 600 sub mark. Just hit that subscribe button, it doesn't cost you anything, and it helps my channel out a lot. So please, if you can help me out, that'll be a big gift to me. So, let's get straight down to this. This is another double feature video, and I've held off in such a while with the Trailbreaker review, and even the Hoist review. I mean, I've had Hoist since at least August last year. Toy Hacks, I think, was done roughly around about September, October, and then Trailbreaker with Wave 3, and then I had to wait. I think he was the last batch of Toy Hacks I just got. I had to wait a while, basically getting all the new stuff I had and some of the bigger ones out the way before I made this video. So now we're at them. Grapple, you'll show up next, don't worry. So it's one of those things where it's like, now it's going through the back catalogue and going over a few bots that, especially when they're both the same mould, well, there was a lot of issues in Wave 1. I think we can all agree Wave 1 was horrendous for QC issues, whereas Wave 3, certain bots were fixed, others weren't, but this mould was, and that's why I want to show off. Well, things were really bad on Hoist, but were fixed in Trailbreaker. So, of course, before we start anything off, one of the major things I did want to talk about is how the vehicle looks. Yeah, it does look like the two guys from Generation 1, but the issue I had was underneath here. I just didn't like the fact I could see the hands and like the hip and stuff. I like everything covered. That is the most important thing. I do like everything covered. And the Transformers, I can live with it though. But if we're going to do Toy Hacks, I think what we'll do is we'll start with Hoist. Now, like I said, got him back in August, and one of the main complaints I had with the bot was I didn't like the see-through screen. I did not like that. I also hated the fact that down the side this was just green as well, so there was like no windows down here. It really did look cheap. Down the front, now we did have kind of like, I wouldn't say battle damage, it's not quite the word, but wear and tear, considering what type of vehicle he is. And these are the decals straight away. You see that fix it. So we've got a green one going right across the hood, which covers up all that scrape if you want to do that. And of course the windscreen as well, with added windows there, and you can see there's a shine off it. Now these are similar to the ones that's on Trailbreaker, but I'll go over his when I get to him because they are slightly different. At the front, you can see in here there's reflected decals going behind the plastic panels to give them the headlights look, which I like again because once again it was a see-through. So that was similar things I hated. Come to the back, that little texture decal. I always love seeing this one, the metallic one, that is just a texture, and it's the same there as well. And to finish up, going across the side, we've got one like that as well. And on the back, we have little lights. Now, this is another thing which I didn't really like about Trailbreaker. Transformation was a pest. Trailbreaker actually was a lot easier to get into car mode and move. But Hoist has got this thing where he just likes to bevel one side. And it's all to do with the transformation and the fact that the elbow joints go into where the wheels are it's a strange transformation, and sometimes everything doesn't even line up here, as you can see. But if I bring in Trailbreaker, his do, and this is where like you start to see where the faults were and how they fixed it. But I do like the look of it. That is the thing. It's one of those things. I never had one as a Generation 1, and if I bring his partner in crime, which is going to be in the next video finally, we'll bring in Grapple, and they two do look great next to each other. So it's going to be fascinating when Inferno gets here. I've actually pre-ordered Inferno, and I know it's a remold of this, so I like to see what they've done fixing that mould, where we know this mould had so many issues. But that's for the review coming. So let's now take a look at Trailbreaker. Trailbreaker has got a lot of decals, especially in the front, which I do like, because one of the things I didn't like was the fact that it just looks so plain. Now, of course, you've got like the decals coming down here that was already on it, but it's actually in the paintwork. But now what I've added is windows here, but they're not as metallic as the ones on Hoist. New window here, which was the same panel as the one on Hoist as well. And if we come at the back, we've got a window here. Nice little Trailbreaker registration plate. And the same lights. What you're going to find is a lot of decals are the exact same coming across these two figures. There is a hidden window up here if the light can get it. It's not really hidden now. And a small decal down here which matches on the other side. Same again with the lights. We've got decals there that reflect, and it gives it that nice look. The camera's not really picking it up as much, which is a shame because I'd love for you to get the same kind of look I'm getting when I'm seeing it. When you see it up close, you actually see the effect of what it's doing, and it's something that could have easily just been done when they were making the figure. Apart from that, it did look kind of cheap in Hoist. Hoist looked very cheap. Trailbreaker didn't, but there were so many things fixed, and I was happy with that. Now, let's get them into robot mode, and we'll go over the decals in that, because both of them are the exact same, near enough. And we'll take a look at some of the flaws in the bot. Now we've got both bots in transformation mode. This is where we start to see things were a bit wrong with this guy, but fixed in this guy. So where do I start? Right, we'll start with Hoist, okay? Now, my one, it's the knees. The knees are on this double hinge, purely because of the transformation. You put them in like that. But mine is very, very loose compared to Trailbreaker. If I bring him back in, it's a bit stiffer, as you can see, and that helps the figure with standing, posing, anything like that, as of course my Hoist does tend to like to fall over. So let's go over other things. One of the most noticeable things we all hated was the fact that the arms only bent here. To turn the arms, we had to turn this part, which brought up this, which a lot of us didn't really like, and it kind of crossed over into Trailbreaker. Again, same mold, nothing you can do, but you do get used to it. So, decal wise, let's start with Hoist. So, you're going to see a lot of matches on each bot. So I'm just going to get them to stand proper, and this will make it easier. So if we start down at the feet, two matching decals down here, which is the exact same in Trailbreaker. And if we come up to the legs, these decals will reappear on Trailbreaker as well. At the hip section, nice decals going across, which don't match Trailbreaker. But what you will see is these ones. Now, these ones on Trailbreaker go here, but in Hoist, they go up here. And it just breaks things up. I actually don't mind them being there. And of course, what I do like, all these decals have got kind of like that Generation 1 shine on Hoist that I do appreciate. We come up to the arms. This is where we're going to see a lot of matching ones again. So if I focus and just bring you over to here, these decals on the arms here, be careful. These like to tend to rip round about down here, are up here when you're taking them off the page, so just be careful. And if we go up, got red ones and this little one right here. Now if I open the arm up, what you see is a lot of colour, and this is kind of like reminiscence of the Generation 1 toy. And again, this match Trailbreaker, so you've got decals that go down here, and then the third one gets put on separate here, and this big colourful one, it goes in here. But one thing I did like was the decals on the face. They actually gave the face a lot more tone and brightness to it. So we can see there's a big green decal coming across the head that puts a bit of colour back on that, and brand new visor as well. Starting with Trailbreaker, he is the exact same. So we've got a nice visor going across, and inside this little part, which is just the exact same port over from Hoist, we've got 3 golden dots in there as well. If I bring you back down to the arm, you will see it's the exact same. But instead of likes of the red decal up here, what we've got is just a normal little decal going in here, and the same coming down here. And if we come down to the legs, this is where you'll see the difference. So if I get them standing just right, at the hip, 2 black decals, and then the exact same decal coming down the legs. But where you've seen the decals on the hip for Hoist, they're on the knee for Trailbreaker. And then if we finish off, we've got the exact same decals down at the toes. So overall, the decals do improve these bots because they're very, very plain. That's the thing. There was a lot of issues back in Wave 1 with Grapple, Hoist, and I know Wheeljack had a few things. Cliffjumper had similar issues. I think the only bot that got away with it was Prime, apart from the trailer. But that was, I think I've said enough what I've had to say about that trailer. Now it's fixed. But this mode I wanted to see a bit better. And the fact that we had to wait to Wave 3 until certain fixes were put in place. And you see it, like, the knees on Hoist are terrible compared to the knees on Grapple. The fact that you've got to turn the whole panel for the arm is a bugbear. I really wish that wasn't a main part to the figure. Compared to, it could just sit there maybe or fold behind. It's one of those things you just have to live with. Transformation is extremely simple, but when you're piecing everything together, especially on the bottom of these guys, that can be the pest. Especially Trailbreaker, you do sometimes have to take off the backpack, which makes things a lot easier put in place, and then just close the backpack on top of it. Hoist, the issues come with the arms, the way they fold into the wheels, trying to get everything leveled so then you can make them move. There's so many things that could have been fixed. Of course, this has been a while now. We're now going into Wave 2 of Earthrise Kingdom, and if you see these guys, I would pick them up if you're wanting to finish the Generation 1 style collection. If I was to review it at the time for the decals, it would be an instant no. That's the thing. The fact that the decals came out pretty fast for Hoist, Trailbreaker was not far behind when he got his release date, and the decals do give them more life. That is one thing I can honestly say is a positive. Having the decals do fix a lot of issues in this bot. You can customise it any way you'd like if you do the painting and that, because I do feel the last while a lot of the bots near the end were extremely plain, very, very plain. And okay, on the show they're plain, but in the toys they weren't. And I kind of like having that nostalgia factor with the toys. In the day we used to get them, put the decals on, and it kind of brings that back to me. There was just certain things I just really genuinely did not like about Wave 1. This guy kind of summed it up. And of course the next bot, which is the next video, summed it up even more. And that is of course Grapple, that had so many issues to the point us as collectors had to fix it. And this is where I'm hoping I've learnt the lesson with Inferno. My Inferno I won't get till the end of the month, so I have to wait and see for that. But up next, Transformer fans, is Inferno. I'll leave a link, as always, for the 2 sets of decals for these guys. If you've got them, I'll leave the link for them. If you find them in the wild, pick them up. Pick them up if you're wanting to finish that Generation 1 collection. I think near the time when I finish doing some of these videos, I'm going to be taking my cameras over. Now that my floor in here is starting to get a bit cleaner, with bots now getting put through their videos and they're getting put back in their new homes, at least then I can get to show you these guys. So, new video really soon, guys, and then after the grapple video, we're going to still have another double feature we have to do. But one thing I will be starting, and they will come at the weekend, is of course the brand new studio series, Transformers 1986 movie. I've already got the Wave 1, and I am blown away, and I can't wait to show you these guys off. I really can't. So Transformer fans, I'll see you all in the next few days with the new video, which is of course Earthrise Grapple. Take care. Thank you for everyone to tune in today's video. If you want to make Baby Grimlock happy, why not hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. All new videos are always coming right here in Optimus Wilbur Reviews. If you'd like to follow me in any of my social media links, all the descriptions are in the description box below. And of course, as always, I cannot stress this enough, I wish to thank Cybertronic Spree for allowing me to use their song Cybertronic Warrior as the theme of this channel. Guys, this is an incredible band that does incredible covers, and recently just done an amazing album of the Transformers 1986 movie soundtrack. Please follow them and all their social media links. I have every description in the description box below. Please check them out, and as always, Transformer fans, till all are one.